Hi guys, I'm back from my vacation. I have good news and bad news, and good news and bad news. So let's see, let's start with the bad news. The bad news is I gained every single freaking kilo that I lost over the month, quite literally. I'm gonna put up all my measurements. Well, I put them up before this video, so you can see day one of Power 90, woohoo! Anyway, so yeah, you'd think I'd be bawling and crying and really upset by now because, you know, I was really strict on the genotype diet for the 30 days I promised I'd be on it, and to gain every single thing back just after 1 week of vacation, you know, if anything, that shows the power of diet and how fast you can completely lose it, right? But we already know that. This is all yo-yoing back and forth, but I'm not yo-yoing anymore. I'm not. So, so that's one bad news. Actually, I think that's all the bad news. The good news is, you know, I thought that I would really enjoy being able to eat some of the things that I wasn't able to eat on the genotype diet, and I didn't. I didn't. It made me feel heavy. It made me feel sluggish. It didn't even taste that good. Like, we had some pizza one night, and we went to Chili's, and I had, what did I have at Chili's? I think I had barbecue chicken wings or something, and you know, I have to be honest, I didn't enjoy the food, and I allowed myself to drink some Coke. I didn't enjoy that either. It tasted really syrupy and fake, and I couldn't stand it. And I used to be a big addict to Arizona iced tea, to the Arizona tea, you know, the one in the green bottle, I mean green can. I used to be able to drink, oh my gosh, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 of those a day. And I had one, I couldn't even drink a quarter of it. It tasted so disgusting to me. I was like, ugh, blech, blech. I just wanted my freshly brewed green tea that I put a little bit of honey in and put in the refrigerator. That's what I wanted. That's what I was thirsty for. So, you know, the bad news is I can't stand bad food anymore. Oh, boo-hoo. And the good news is I am completely happy to be off of vacation and to be cooking food again, and, you know, making the healthy stuff that I was eating before. And I do not miss at all any of that bad food. And on top of that, I don't feel like I have to have it, or I want it, or I'm depriving myself, nothing like that. So, you know, that's the turnaround, the good part. I finally feel like I had a breakthrough as far as food goes, as far as food controlling me and me turning to it to, you know, help me emotionally. So anyway, we looked all over the P90X documentation when we got back, and the Turbo Fire information. We watched the 2 introductory videos yesterday. I scanned, because they have like these worksheets and things for you to follow the training days, and for you to, you know, fill in, for P90X to fill in your repetitions and how many you did of, you know, repetitions for different exercises. And for Turbo Fire, it has a schedule. So I scanned and I printed all those out so that the originals don't get damaged. And I'm not going to start Turbo Fire until Friday, because the way they have it set up, that Monday and Tuesday you do Turbo Fire, Wednesday's a rest day, then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday you do Turbo Fire. And I want to be able to rest on Sunday from both Turbo Fire and P90X. So I'm not smart enough to figure the whole thing out, so I'm just moving it. Friday I'm going to start Turbo Fire so that I do, you know, I follow the schedule Turbo Fire has, but then I get to rest on Sunday from both P90X and Turbo Fire. We're going to do P90X today, the first day, day 1. I'm going to do a little bit of video after that. I'm also going to do some video during it, just so that I can compare, you know, as I go along in the process. I am, as far as eating goes, Turbo Fire has a 5-day like cleanup plan or something, and I looked at the recipes and the food they have on there, and it sounds perfect to me. I am changing things out a little bit. I am trying to stick more closely to the genotype diet, because I felt really good on that diet. So, for example, I think on Friday you're supposed to have lean pork. And on the genotype diet, I'm not supposed to eat any pork, and to be honest, I don't even like pork, so I'm gonna switch that out for chicken or fish or something like that. But anyway, my point is I'm mostly gonna follow, you know, the eating plan that it has. P90X has a very detailed eating plan that I'm gonna switch to next week. Again, sticking closer to the genotype diet as far as following the foods that are supposed to be more beneficial to me and trying to stay away from the foods that aren't so beneficial. You know, but still trying. I am going to be feeding my calories into Spark People, which I've mentioned before, so that I make sure that I keep track of my calories and, you know, try to stay within my target. So I feel like I have all the tools now. I feel like I know what works for me as far as the foods to stay away from, the foods to, you know, eat more of. I feel pretty good about, you know, doing my calories. I did Spark People last summer. I felt like I was really successful with it, so I'm going to continue to do that. I feel like now I have some good exercise plans. Of course, after P90X, I'll give you my review, and I might be like, I can't do this, but I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to stick to it for at least 30 days. I don't have any intention of not sticking to it until I go away for my sister's wedding, which is September 21st. So I have basically 2 months to get my bottom in gear and really get moving. And I have 3 months until my 40th birthday, and I want to look smoking. So I've got a lot of dedication, a lot of work ahead of me, and but anyway, I'm ready to do it. I love seeing your guys' comments. Thank you for sending me messages. Everything is super, super helpful. It was so great to get back from my vacation and see those comments. Lori, Pretty Simple, you're awesome. Yay! Thank you so much. I'm so glad that that we're, you know, cheering each other on, and we're about it the same weight. We're both moms, and I am a little jealous that you get to bike to the Y and that you have a swimming pool and that kind of stuff, but it's just nice to see you when you get to be able to be out and you get to do those things. I'll live vicariously through you because those are some of my favorite things to do. But anyway, just continue on with it. I'm on your side, and I'm glad that you're on mine, and we can do this. I believe in us. I believe in this process, and I believe this is going to happen. I really do. You know, I had a little dip. I gained some more weight back, but that is the last weight gain. Did you hear me? That is the last weight gain that I am going to have this year. I am not going to have any more weight gain this year, period. So anyway, I will see you guys after we do P90X in a couple hours, and I will talk to you about how that goes. And all right, peace out. I guess it's not really peace out, right? Because I still have some more video to do. Bye.